Iraqi media reported yesterday that 45 ISIS fighters died after eating a Ramadan fast-breaking meal in the city of Mosul in Iraq. Citing the spokesman of the Kurdish Democratic Party, reports said it was not clear if this was deliberate poisoning or just food poisoning. According to the Kurdish party spokesman, the ISIS fighters participated in the iftar meal. 45 of the 145 died a short time later. There was one other incident where ISIS fighters had reportedly died of poisoned food back in November. It's questionable whether the source then was trustworthy or not, and some are also calling these reports into question. There's something interesting, Lewis, of a report that says they might have died of deliberate poisoning of their food, or this might have just been like natural food poisoning that sometimes happens.
Yeah, I've never heard of so many people dying from just a regular food poisoning incident. It seems like, I don't know, 45 out of 145 people dying. That's quite a bit.
It is. And the other thing is, of course, that part of the reason why they're not sure is that they essentially have caterers who bring in and prepare the food. ISIS is catering.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. They run the show. They probably feel they're entitled to it. But perhaps some of these caterers are not ISIS sympathizers. And, you know, you can probably assume you're going to end up dead, regardless of whether or not this was a deliberate poisoning, if you provided this meal to them.
I started wondering what kind of poison is lethal enough to kill everyone who consumes the meal in a dose small enough that they wouldn't taste anything off, but also work slowly enough that the death wouldn't set in until the people were finished eating and the so-called caterers were gone. I guess there's ricin, there's dimethyl mercury, which could work in that way. There's probably some others. Poisoning food is not, unfortunately, Lewis, my area of expertise.
No, thank God for that. Yeah, it's probably not something that is really hard to manufacture or hard to get a hold of. It would probably be something that is more readily available. I guess if you throw enough spice in there, you could just mask the flavor of it, perhaps.
And Lewis, in fact, you've had meals that were so spicy that you thought they were poisoned before.
Well, I guess I must have blacked out because I don't recall that happening.